Hey guys, this is Josh F151 Tech back with another video. And in this video, I actually want to talk about T-Mobile 5G home internet. And in my case, it's actually Metro by T-Mobile 5G home internet. So I want to actually, discuss security when it comes to mobile internet. Basically, 4G home internet or 5G home internet. I wanna talk about, if it's as secure as, internet providers like Comcast or Xfinity, or Cox Cable, or others that are out there. And the reason that I'm actually making this video is because I actually my mom recently got hacked on her Facebook. I'm not gonna, really go much into detail about it, but she actually recently got hacked on her Facebook. Actually, this morning I woke up and I got a friend request from her, and it was a completely different name. But it was somebody actually using her Facebook cover photo and her profile photo. And it said that, she changed her profile photo and her cover photo, like 5 minutes ago, as the time, I got up around like 7 or 7:30, so it's been a little while now. But they actually, what they did was they actually basically copied her profile, her Facebook account, and, just used the pictures, that were actually available, to, be able to download or, save to their device. And then, they basically made like a copy of her account. So I actually did, report it to Facebook. But that was actually the first time that's actually ever happened, with me or my mom. I never have had anything happen like that, actually before when I used to have Comcast or Xfinity. So that kind of made me want to make a video, kind of talking about, if 4G or 5G home internet, or 4G or 5G, internet, in general was actually really secure. It's mostly going to be about, talking about if, 4G or 5G home internet, as secure, as secure as the Comcast, or Xfinity or Cox Cable or, basically, any hardwired, internet, basically, any cable internet provider, if it's as secure, as a cable provider. So I found a website here. This is called CNET. This is a reliable source. And it says don't get hacked. It says strengthen your Wi-Fi security with these tips. So basically, long story short, what a 4G or 5G home internet service actually does, you basically have to have your own router, or a lot of the, home internet devices actually come with, like third-party equipment now that you can actually use. Like, for example, T-Mobile, they actually launched a mesh system that you can actually use now with your gateway. Basically, what 4G or 5G home internet does is it actually, basically converts the 4G or 5G home internet, signal, from the cell tower. It basically converts it, into Wi-Fi, or Ethernet, whatever you're using. So, most people, obviously have Wi-Fi, but I have a lot of my stuff hardwired, using Ethernet too, especially my streaming devices, because they're just more, it's just better, it's more secure that way. And also, it's a lot faster, being hardwired. So, but long story short, basically what 4G or 5G home internet is, it's actually coming from the cell tower, and then it's actually, it's coming from the cell tower, and then it's being, basically, transformed, into your, your gateway, whether that be, the T-Mobile 5G home internet gateway, the Metro by T-Mobile 5G home internet gateway, Verizon 5G home internet gateway, AT&T 5G home internet gateway, or 4G, home internet gateway, whatever, you can get in your area. But, basically, long story short, it's being, transformed, from the gateway, into Wi-Fi. That's basically what it's doing. And for us, we actually have a third-party mesh system that we actually use, that I actually purchased myself. We actually have Google Nest Wi-Fi Pro 6E that we use for our mesh system. To be able to get the Wi-Fi, from the the gateway itself. We actually have third-party equipment. I actually use a Chester Cheetah version 2 gateway / modem that allows, different things like band locking, tower locking, network mode switching, VPN, IMEI revisions and spoofing, a whole mess of other things, that you can do with it. And, I have that also connected to a waveform 4x4 antenna. I'm not going to, talk too much about that in this video, because that's not really what it's about. But I have other videos on my channel, talking more about that stuff if you want to watch those videos. But so basically, long story short, we have our own setup here. Like I said, T-Mobile actually offers a mesh system that you can actually purchase through them now, that you can actually, purchase through them, but like I said, we, have our own, mesh system. I went out and bought my own, Google, Nest Wi-Fi Pro 6E mesh system. I have like 4 of them, around the house. So long story short, that's basically how you get home internet, with 4G, 5G home internet, cellular home internet, that's basically, how you get the home internet, in your house, throughout your house. It's basically being transformed, from a cellular, internet to the Wi-Fi or to the Ethernet. So, that's basically how it works. But, like I said, I want to actually talk about, if it is actually more secure, than actual cable internet, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not really so sure if it is or not, because I've actually heard, that T-Mobile, actually is more, like stern when it comes to, using things like Kodi with live TV add-ons, and stuff like that. I've actually heard, that they, can potentially, like track you more, like with the things that you're doing, on your home internet, more, than, Comcast or Xfinity. So, I just want to touch base on this a little bit, and actually talk about this, and talk about, if, 4G or 5G home internet, cellular home internet is actually more secure, than cable home internet, or, vice versa. So, from what I've actually read and from what I've actually heard online, I've actually heard that it's best to actually use a VPN, when you use T-Mobile 5G home internet. I've actually, heard on YouTube, I've seen videos, on YouTube actually saying that, T-Mobile, 5G home internet, or Verizon 5G home internet, or AT&T 5G home internet, or even 4G home internet, it's not, really as secure as, people think it is, because, I was watching videos, actually on YouTube. I can actually leave a link down below in the description, on the, in the video. I'll leave a link down below in the comments, or in the description, not the comments. But I'll leave a link, down below in the video, to this guy's channel. I forget the name, of the channel off the top of my head, but he's a, really well-known, YouTube guy that, talks about, VPNs and stuff like that. When it comes to, T-Mobile 5G home internet, or, 4G or 5G home internet in, general. but he actually went more into detail, about it than I'm going to actually go more into detail about it. So, like I said, I'll leave the link down below in the description to, why he recommends a VPN and everything, and what, VPN he recommends and everything. But, so long story short here, I'm basically going to be going over, some things that you can do, to strengthen your Wi-Fi. It's, basically, you're getting the Wi-Fi, from the, cell tower. That's basically what you're doing. But, it's still, being broadcast, as a cellular, connection. It's just that you're actually getting the, you're using the cellular connection, as your home Wi-Fi. It's basically being, transformed into Wi-Fi. So, that's basically, the long story short about it. But, so it says here on CNET, it says don't get hacked. It says strengthen your Wi-Fi security with these tips. It says there are no guarantees regarding your home's Wi-Fi security, but you can certainly make it harder for someone to access your network. And basically that's what I'm going to, be showing you guys, and talking to you guys about. So, it's definitely best, to strengthen it, your network, strengthen it the best that you can. So, and it says right here, it says all it takes is just a little work to help shield your home Wi-Fi network, from unwanted eyes, and, basically, tracking and, stuff like that. So, I'm going to come down here, and I'm not going to read all of this, but, I'm going to come down here, and it says how to secure your home Wi-Fi network. And then it says, place your router in a central location. This is a big one right here. Create a strong Wi-Fi password and change it often. Change the default router login details or credentials. That's another big one. I do that as well. Turn on firewall and Wi-Fi encryption. I also do that. Create a guest network. I don't really actually do that. I'm, not really, big on, having a guest network, so I don't do that. Basically, all I do is if somebody, wants to use the Wi-Fi, I'll put the Wi-Fi password in for them, that's what I'll do. I never actually give my Wi-Fi password away, that's not something, that I recommend doing, at all. I don't even do that with family members. I don't even do that with my sister, or her boyfriend or anything, I don't do that, if they want to, log into the Wi-Fi, I'll, log in, for them, I'm not going to give them the Wi-Fi password or anything, that's just, not something that you want to do. So it says use a VPN. That's another big one that I do. I use a VPN, when I use Kodi with the live TV add-ons and stuff like that. And I actually do have a separate video on my channel actually talking about 2 VPNs, that I actually recommend. So you can check that out on my channel. And I will actually tell you guys, the 2 VPNs that I actually recommend. They're both free, but one of them is actually Proton VPN. That's a really big one, it's really well known. And another one is actually called Galaxy VPN, which is another, pretty good one that I recommend. So, those are, basically your 2, your 2 best bets, when it comes to, free VPNs, that don't, track you or log your data or anything like that. So, Proton is, known for being secure because they have Proton Mail. They've been around for years, so I really trust them. So, that's, basically my go-to VPN is Proton, free VPN. So, it says, keep your router and devices up to date. So that's definitely a big thing too. You want to make sure that you keep your, not only your, cellular gateway up to date, but you also want to make sure that you keep your, mesh Wi-Fi system up to date. Or your, Wi-Fi router in general, up to date. It says, disable remote router access, and I also do that. I recommend doing that as well. And it says, verify connected devices. So that's another thing that I do. I actually use an app called Fing, which is a free app on the Google Play Store. I'm not gonna really get too much into it, but it's called Fing, and it's called basically Fing Network Tools. And what it actually allows you to do is, and they also do have an iOS app or an iPhone app. So you can get it on Android or iOS or iPhone. And basically what that does is, it keeps track of the devices that connect to your network. So you can, keep an eye on, what devices are actually connecting to your Wi-Fi, or your network in general. So you can go by IMEI number. You can go by, different things, IP address, IMEI, MAC address, you can see all that kind of stuff, and see what, is actually connected to your network. Or if you actually pay for the premium version. I don't actually pay for the premium version, because I check it, constantly anyway. But if you pay for the Thing Premium app, monthly, which I, don't really recommend doing, because the free one, gives you, basically everything you need. But if you want to get, like live updates, when somebody connects to your network or something, you can pay monthly for it. But it's a really good app though. I really recommend the free version, or the premium version, depending on what you want to do. It's up to you if you want to pay for it or not. But like I said, I check it frequently, so I don't really bother paying for it. But Fing Network Tools is definitely a really good app to use, on iPhone or Android. I highly recommend it, to keep tabs on, who connects to your network, or if a random device, just randomly, like hacks into your Wi-Fi or something, you would be able to know about it, so basically, it shows you, what's connecting to your network, so, and then, it says upgrade to a, WPA3 router, which actually, I do have, and I have that enabled, which is the, basically, the latest, security, when it comes to Wi-Fi and networking, that's basically the newest, security level, when it comes to, networking security, Wi-Fi, or Ethernet security, basically, just, network security in general. So, that's definitely a must, to have the best, security when it comes to, your networking and stuff. So, so that's basically it, guys. Like I said, I'm not going to really go, too much into detail, about it. But I will actually leave a link down below in the description, like I said, to this video. And, basically, I'll leave a link down below in the description to that guy's, YouTube channel. He has other videos, talking about, why, he actually recommends using a VPN, on T-Mobile 5G home internet or T-Mobile, 4G home internet, whatever one you have, or if you have Verizon 4G or 5G home internet, AT&T 4G or 5G home internet, basically, any cellular home internet out there, basically any, 4G or 5G, cellular home internet out there. But, I just wanted to touch on this a little bit. I figured that I would talk about it, because it is, scary out there, this time, in 2024, it's been scary, basically, since the internet has been invented. But, as long as you take, precaution, as long as you take steps, in order, to secure your home internet, your home network, you should be fine. Like I said, I just wanted to touch base on this, and talk about it. I'm not trying to scare anybody, into not, going with, T-Mobile 4G or 5G home internet, by any means. I'm not, scaring anybody, I'm not trying to scare anybody away from doing this, or making the switch, from a cable provider, to, cellular home internet or anything. I'm not, out to scare anybody. But like I said, I figured that I would, make a video on this, because of what happened with me. Now that's not guaranteed, that happened because I have, the 5G home internet. That's not guaranteed, that happened, with my mom's, Facebook being, remade, being, basically hacked and, remade. That doesn't, necessarily mean that wouldn't have happened, if I still had Comcast or Xfinity, if we still had Comcast or Xfinity, for our home internet. But, I figured that I would talk about this because I have, actually seen videos on YouTube, like I said, about the guy, that I was telling you guys about. Like I said, I'll leave a link down below in the description to his channel. But I was watching his video, and according to what he said, according to what his research said, he said that, basically, cellular home internet, in general is not, as secure as, cable, providers, home internet. So, he basically, was saying, he recommends using a VPN, on cellular home internet, over, using a VPN on, basically cable provider home internet, because, he said that basically, long story short here, basically, the cellular home internet, he doesn't feel like it is as secure, as, cable providers home internet. So, and I kind of, I'm kind of on the bridge about it. I don't really know, or on the fence about it, I should say. I don't really know, what to believe with that. Because in my opinion, no internet, really is 100% secure. But, from what I've read, what I've seen online, what I've seen on YouTube and stuff, basically it doesn't hurt to be, safer than sorry, is basically what I'm trying to get out there. It doesn't hurt to be safer than sorry, when it comes to, securing your network. So, that's, basically what I'm trying to get out there. So, basically, what I'm trying to say is, if this is true, that cellular home internet is not as secure, as, a cable provider for home internet, I'm basically telling you guys, it's worth it to take the extra steps, to make sure that your home internet is more secure, rather than to have it not as secure, is basically what I'm saying. So, like I said, just, take, time, and do things, to your network, make it more secure. Like I said, I went over those, security, basically the security, that they recommend in this article. I basically, went over that, talked about, what they actually recommend doing. Like I said, I'll actually leave a link down below in the description to this article here, so you guys can, read more about it for yourself. I didn't really go over, everything in this video, on in the article, but, basically, like I'm trying to say is, basically it's better to, make your internet, secure, take a few minutes, maybe like a, 20-25 minutes or a half hour or so, and just check over your network, just make sure that it's as secure as possible, is basically what I'm saying. It's better, to have your internet secure, or your network secure than, than not, have it as secure, is basically what I'm saying. So, but that's basically the video, guys. Like I said, I'm not trying to scare anybody, away from, actually joining, T-Mobile 5G home internet, or cellular home internet. I just figured that I would make a video, touching on this, and actually talking more about it. Like I said, it's not, guaranteed, that the same thing wouldn't have happened with my mom's Facebook, if I had, if we had, Comcast or Xfinity, it probably, still could have happened, if we had them, for our internet provider. So, but, in general, it's a good rule of thumb, to make sure that your network is as secure as possible. affordable. That's basically, what I'm trying to stress in this video. It doesn't matter, really what internet provider you have, or what, kind of internet you have, whether it be, cable internet, whether it be satellite internet, whether it be, cellular home internet. The internet is not, safe. So that's, basically what, I'm trying to stress in this video. I'm just, putting a video out, and talking about, what I, recommend, what I recommend doing, what I recommend, doing when it comes to, security of your home network and stuff. So, but that's, basically the video, guys. Like I said, I will leave the link down below in the description to not only this article, but also that guy that actually talks more about, why he recommends using a VPN, on T-Mobile 5G home internet. And like I said, he goes more into detail. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but, he goes more into detail, about why, he recommends, using, a VPN, and, stuff like that, on your, your cellular home internet. So, but that's basically the video. Like I said, just wanted to get a video out there and talk about this. And like I said, I will be doing more videos. Like I always do say, before I end the videos, I will actually be doing more videos, on the T-Mobile 5G home internet, or in my case, the Metro by T-Mobile 5G home internet. I'll be doing more speed tests and stuff like that, on that. So definitely stick around for that. I'll have those videos out, soon, probably, either later today, or tomorrow or something like that. But anyway, yeah, guys, like I said, just wanted to get this video out there. And if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe. And until next time, guys.